So I think in like early 2016, I had 2 more games. The first one was Slither.io, and the second one is the most impossible thing ever. This game is literally impossible! And the last level back then was Time Machine. It was my favorite out of all of them, but I'm so terrible at it. This is only how far I made it in practice mode. Anyways, let's move on from that chaotic thing. So I think in the summer of 2016, I went to Disney World. I was only 3 at the time, and at Disney World, I didn't behave the best at all. How do I know? It's because I have a good memory. But I actually have one memory that I know it's real. I don't know what the ride was called, but we sit down in teapots and it starts spinning. And moving on from that, I think I remember my 4th birthday. I even remember what table I was at in the house, which is crazy. And the cake for my 4th birthday was an orange cake, and I didn't really like it. And now we move on to 2017. Let's see what happens in 2017. So in January 2017, I remember I was in my grandma's car going to my grandma's house, and there was a new song on the radio and I liked it, and we were jamming together. Then I think in March sometime at my grandma's house, I tried an orange or a peach. It was really good. I don't know the exact fruit, but I think it was an orange. It was actually really good. Also around that time, I started watching YouTube for the first time at my grandma's house because that was the only place to watch it at. I'll put one of my favorite videos in the top right corner right now if you want to watch it. And I also think in March, there was another song on the radio that I really liked. We jammed in the back porch, I think, whatever. Also sometime around in 2017, I started playing the Xbox 360 in the most legendary game ever. Minecraft was my favorite game ever. You can literally create and destroy anything, but I was the person that liked placing down TNT everywhere and exploding stuff. Anyways, moving on to August, this is my first year of school, and what's crazy is that on my school calendar YouTube channel, I am in the most popular video. In the first 20 seconds of the video, my 4-year-old face is there. I won't show you guys the video, but I'll show my 4-year-old face right here. Not gonna lie, W cameramans. And this is what I look like now. And then soon after that, Hurricane Irma was coming, so we went out of Florida and stayed at a friend's house in Georgia. And then I think sometime around this point, my tablet broke, so yeah, I was playing on the Xbox mostly. That was the most thing I'm playing on at this point. And I can't think of anything else past August 2017, so now we'll move into 2018. Before we move into 2018, I forgot to tell you this, but every year in March for me, county fair comes with rides and stuff, and food, fun stuff, that's all. Moving into 2018 now, I think in early 2018, I was playing with a school bus toy, and I started playing more different games on the Xbox. One of these games was a Sonic racing game, and I wanted to get the full game, which would be very fun. But that's another thing for later, but if you want to see the game, I'll put a link in the description to the full game that someone recorded. I can't remember much of this year, but when I turned 6-year-old, I just smashed my face into the cake right after they sung Happy Birthday, and they set up a water slide in the backyard, which was actually super fun. And now we fast forward to the summer of 2019. I saw my brother playing this new game called Fortnite. Now, if you somehow live under a rock and if you do not know what Fortnite is, never mind, you already know what it is, just search it up. One day I saw my brother playing the Final Showdown live event. It was so cool. I had to try this game when I got a bit older. Also, in August, I went to a different school because I wanted to go to my brother's school. At this point, my behavior was starting to decrease, but that's for a problem when I get my Fortnite account. I remember the day when the Fortnite end event happened. I had 2 choices. The first choice was go to the farm with my grandma, and the second choice was watch the event with my brother. But I decided to go to the farm, and I think I made the right choice because I could just watch the event when I get back home. After I got back home, I watched the event on a YouTube video on my dad's phone. The next day, I was watching my brother's screen and random numbers started popping up. If you forgot, this is what exactly happened in the live event. And then the first day, Chapter 2 Season 1 came out, I was shocked. You could literally swim in the game now. The game looks so much different. You literally can do anything. And also before that, I think a couple days before the event, my brother let me play on his account for like 10 minutes. Also, you might be wondering, how are we playing Fortnite? It's because we have a PlayStation 4 now, which that's kind of cool. And then on like November 10th or November 9th or 12th, I got like my Fortnite account. And I was learning stuff because it was my first day playing the game. For example, when I play the mode Team Rumble, I shoot my teammate, and I didn't know it, but you're not supposed to do that because you'll just, waste your ammo, and it's your teammate, and they're supposed to help you. So the first time I played squads in Fortnite, I didn't play squads fills. So when I died from a squad, I was like, that's not fair. How do they have 4 players on their team? And then my behavior decreased so much that I was not a good boy no more. I was bad at school. Now the reason why, it's because I was thinking that video games are more important than school. So I just completely threw school in the dust, but that's not the right option. And since I wasn't doing good at school, this was my first time ever getting video games taken away, which is probably one of the worst times in the world because that's when the first Winterfest happens and I never got those presents ever, which is kind of sad for me. But if I behaved better, then I would probably get them. I think in January of 2020, I went to a different school because I got kicked out from the other one for being so bad. And yeah, just wait till how much schools I get kicked out from because it's crazy. And now we fast forward to March 12th of 2020. So this is the last day of the chapter. And the fair was gonna open tomorrow, which I'm super excited because I was gonna ride on the big boy rides. We don't go to the fair on the first day ever, but usually a couple days after, or about a week. It only lasts for 10 days. But on that night, I went to my grandma's house to sleep over, and usually when I'm going to my grandma's house, it takes like 5 to 10 minutes, and I could see the fair very good. And then the night I went to sleep, like I said, I'm excited, and also like I said, we don't go on the first day, but I'm still excited. The next morning, I woke up. I was happy until my grandma told me a virus called COVID-19, and that's the day when the lockdown started and the pandemic started, and that's when the childhood chapter ends.